1 year hence.
I expect you to come watch another one of my videos, if this channel still exists. Let's talk about The Green Knight. Folks, I have a lot to say about this one, as I expect anyone who has seen it will. And for the most part, that's a good thing. I think you want, as a filmmaker, to have your film constantly talked about, but I am very conflicted. I quite enjoyed the film while watching it, but looking back, I'm definitely thinking less of it for the reasons I'll get into, of course. But again, as I mentioned, you just still think about it. If you see this film, you will continue to think about it long after you watch it. It's just one of those films. Even if you understand what they were going for, even if you get it, it's just one that is ingrained in your mind for a variety of reasons. In nearly every technical category, again, you'll see which one is not so good, but the film is superb in nearly every technical category. Let's go through some of the highlights. I think we need to start with the best aspect of this film, not even close, is the remarkable cinematography. I am dead serious when I say you could probably scroll to any frame of this film and put it on your wall, hang it on your wall. Every frame of the film is a goddamn painting. It is so incredible. They put so much work into every single shot. It's masterful. The direction from David Lowery, for the most part, is solid. Again, I'll talk about the one thing that I didn't like, but some directing choices that I personally wouldn't have made, and some that are brilliant, that are absolutely brilliant. The score is incredibly solid. It's tense and mysterious and medieval. And the acting is phenomenal. Of course, you have Dev Patel in the lead, who really carries isn't the right word, but of course you need, when you focus on one character so much, he does need to be excellent, and he is. He's very, very good. As well as really every supporting member of the cast shines in their respective moments. The one technical aspect that drove me a bit crazy, and it wasn't even throughout the whole film, was the editing. There were some shots that were just too quick and gone. Some of the text just popped up and left immediately. Some of the fades just really disoriented me, and I did not enjoy those at all. And that was the one thing, and it was really scarce. It was especially prevalent in the beginning, but throughout the film, it wasn't very frequent. I want to give a major shout out to the lighting department. I think that's the reason that the cinematography works so well. In the theater, and just some scenes so dark to the contrast of light, or as characters walk by through it. It's so amazing. Some of the lighting is it's fantastic. Okay, when you watch this movie, just focus on that. Focus on the lighting. Focus on the cinematography. Obviously, focus on everything. But that's why it makes The Green Knight worth it. Props to you guys. The film is noticeably slow. There's no doubt, but it was never boring in my opinion. And I think that's probably because whether or not the story was captivating, or again just the cinematography was so amazing that my eyes were glued to the screen. I wasn't bored at all. Still, I did think by the time I had left, I was sure that the film was at least 2 hours and 30 minutes, and it was only 2 hours and 10. So do with that what you will. The world here is very interesting. It's a fantasy world filled with a ton of fascinating creatures, and a lot of that isn't even from the original that this thing is based off. So it makes it all the more interesting that they added this much world building. Here's the main problem, and it brings it down quite a bit for me, because the thing I focus most on any film is the plot, is the script, and I think the dialogue is great. It's a bit old English, and it works well, right? It's your typical medieval story with a quest, a tale, but pretty much all of the quests, which is the bulk of the movie, do not have any bearing on the plot. They might have some deeper meaning that is certainly confusing, but that you are meant to decipher, but that they still have no bearing on the plot, and therefore I'm not sure they justify their existence. Okay, there are at least 3 times where I don't want to say his name wrong, Sir Gawain, I think, he meets a character or multiple, has an interaction with them, and then they will go on their way. He will go. They each will go on their way. They each will do their own thing. And there are 3 times. The first 2, nothing. It never brought up again, absolutely nothing beyond that one scene. The third one has some bearing on the plot, and it makes sense because that is the only one that was actually kept, that is taken from the original, because that's a pretty big plot point in the original, and it is here again. And it's the only one that, again, feels like it needs to be there, and the rest just feel like filler. Now, I get it. You need a movie, you need a tale, but if you're going to adapt the film already, I don't see why you can't just adapt it more to add these interactions to tie better into the story. It bothered me, it brought it down for me, and just looking back on all the things that I just feel like I wasted my time with all these threads that just have no bearing. No reason to be there, really. Not to say each of the scenes is bad. I want to make that clear. They're all well made. They're all good in their own right, but they would have been so much better if they actually tied in somehow, instead of just being odd tangents that have no, when you think back to the film, they're sort of through lines that don't even need to be there. My thoughts on this is that it would work excellently as a video game. You play as the Green Knight, you go on a tale, add even more quests, add even more side quests. I just don't like doing that in a film. I don't like going on these needless, or a TV show. A lot of people, this is completely irrelevant, but The Mandalorian, people like The Mandalorian, all the side quests, that's not my thing. I don't want to see a million side quests on a TV show. I'll play it, yeah, but I'm not going to watch it. Folks, I got to give The Green Knight a B. Again, all of the technical aspects just make this pretty much an S tier film in terms of most of the technical stuff, again, except for the editing and some of the direction, but the plot has to, bring it down for me. And it's not even that bad. The plot isn't even that bad. It's just all these needless through lines, and the technical aspects are, they don't make a film, so take that with a grain of salt, the fact that it's an S, the technical aspects. But The Green Knight is going to get a B. Alright folks, so that's my review of The Green Knight. Let me know what you thought of it. If you saw it, this one's been pretty polarizing. Yeah, that's it. I liked it. Let's see if you did too. Alright folks, I will see you in the next video. Good luck on your tale. Try not to, when you reach the first two people in your little quest, just ignore them. Right? They probably won't have anything to do with the story. Third one though, that's important. Alright, I'll see you folks in the next video. Bye-bye.